Hello everybody, welcome to Tarot and the Star. This is Melody. We will be diving into a new unexplained mystery and even missing person in this episode. We're going to be discussing D.B. Cooper. So in November 1971, a man named Daniel Cooper, and that's his alias name, okay, bought a ticket, a one-way ticket on Northwest Airlines Flight 305 from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. He basically hijacked a plane and demanded money. So they gave him 2 parachutes and they gave him a bag of money, and he jumped from the plane during the night, and it was cold out, and it wasn't a good time to jump. Okay, so in this episode, we're going to see what exactly happened to D.B. Cooper. Spirits, let us know what happened to the man that calls himself D.B. Cooper that jumped from a plane in 1971 with money that he had hijacked, or money he had stolen during a hijacking. Show me what you see with D.B. Cooper. What happened that day with D.B. Cooper? They have not found D.B. Cooper, and it's been many years now. What happened to D.B. Cooper? So let's see. Okay. Okay. So D.B. Cooper, he gets to the airport. You know, he's on a mission to take the money. He's on a mission to hijack the plane and ask for ransom money. So he is in motion to go do that. Then we see he pauses to think about his decision. He's at the airport and he's going to get on the flight, and he paused just a moment to think about what he's going to do. What is he going to say? If this plan is going to work. Then he's caught between 2 choices, because he's thinking, maybe I should just call this whole thing off. I might not make it. I might not get the money. Let me think. You know, I'm caught in between 2 choices here. He decides money. He needs the money. He's somebody that has experience in the military before. He's been like, he's somebody that I'm seeing that has flown in the military. He's used a parachute before. What I'm seeing is like somebody that's experienced event. They know about this. They know how to jump from a plane. They've done this before. He's thinking the money outweighs the negative. I need to get the money because I want to live a carefree life. But it was also something else. It's like he has family, and he needs to make sure that they're well supported. And it was kind of like he's going against the system. I felt that this individual here worked some type of government job, and he wasn't making a lot of money, and he became disgruntled. And he felt, he's never going to be able to have the lifestyle that he wants with that kind of money. And he has kids and a wife, but I feel that the marriage was strained, and he wanted to be able to provide for those kids. Then I see so he's fiercely going to execute this plan no matter what. He realizes that he may be committing suicide because the plan may go AWOL and he may not get any money, and he's willing to go down with the plane. He's saying there's just not another way in life. I need to make this money. I need to find out, if I can do it. He was able to get the money. So it shows here that he's able to get the money. Okay. Tell us more about this mystery of D.B. Cooper. Tell us more about D.B. Cooper. This person has some type of Navy or flight experience. He was in the Air Force or something like that previously. He was somebody that went into a war before. Okay. Okay, so here's what it says. So D.B. Cooper jumps from the plane. He knows it's suicide. While he jumps, there's a lot of condensation or water that falls on him while he's free falling in the air from the parachute. He has a lot of fear. Something seems to be going wrong. He's trying to find a good landing place, but the preparation wasn't correct. He didn't anticipate the weather as well as how fast he was going to be going from the altitude. He ended up killing himself. He dies. Okay. So let's get some shadow oracle here and figure out if there's any more insight on this. Tell me if there's any thoughts that D.B. Cooper had, either before passing or after passing. Any thoughts? Any thoughts on this? So here are the indications of death here, okay? We have here skeleton, which says a curse of bones, time and dust, things that were never meant to last. He knew when he was hitting the ground he was going to die. He knew he was going too fast. He wasn't going in a direction where you can land easily with the parachute. It's like I'm seeing that he landed in a bunch of rocks. Self-doubt. In shadows, deep fears and doubt creep. A specter haunting where courage sleeps. So, you know, he did have doubts, but he went for it anyway. It was kind of like do or die in his mind. It's like, I know the risk. I'm going to take that risk anyway. He was courageous doing that to try to come up with money in this weird way in his thinking, because he thinks in his mind that the government somehow owed him money. You know, he was working a 9-to-5 kind of job, and he wasn't happy with the kind of money he was making. And it's kind of like, I served this nation. Why am I getting the crummy end of the deal? Is what his thinking was. Then you have the Grim Reaper. In the realm of twilight where shadows converge, the Grim Reaper's scythe guides souls to the verge. I get that everything kind of landed everywhere. D.B. Cooper hit a bunch of rocks. He hit like boulderish terrain. But around that terrain is like water. And like humid heat, swampy type of terrain. He hit the rocks, and his stuff went flying everywhere before he hit the rocks. It was kind of like he dropped the stuff because of he's going too fast when he's falling from the sky, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to just get rid of some weight here, and you know, because I'm trying to navigationally move myself, the parachute, in a different direction. I see here that I'm going to hit hard ground, but that didn't work. Okay, he let go of some money, some bag of money or something like that, and he thought, okay, I'll retrace it. I'll find it once I hit the ground, and I'm gonna be able to directionally, with the wind and everything, get to a location that's allowing me to land safely. That didn't end up happening. He ended up hitting the rocks. He died instantly. The weird part about D.B. Cooper is that he does not know he's dead. His ghost is just wandering around the rocks of where he died. The money was scattered. Some of it was kind of going down a stream or something like that. And his bones are, the animals have already taken a lot of his remains. You may find a little bits of clothing or bits of a parachute. You may find a bone here or there. But the body has been ravaged by animals and has deteriorated rapidly. I'm seeing a humid heat of where he landed. A humid area. So he haunts that area. He doesn't know he's dead. So that concludes our story for D.B. Cooper, the man that was desperate for money and jumped from a plane in 1971 because he felt he was treated unfairly, and he wanted a better lifestyle for himself and for his kids. He is somebody that was in their 30s, maybe 40. That's what I'm getting. That's what comes to my mind. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me for this really interesting, unexplained story about D.B. Cooper. Stay tuned. I will have more stories coming up in the pipeline. If you are liking this channel, hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, definitely subscribe and hit the notifications so that way you're notified of all these new stories that come across. I will be trying to cover a new story at least once a week, if not twice a week. Okay? So stay tuned, and thank you so much for tuning in to Tarot in the Star. Appreciate it.